Welcome back to the deep dive. We sift through the sources, connect the dots, and hopefully bring you a clearer picture.
Get you truly informed.
Exactly. So today we're looking into something, well, pretty chilling. A set of sources about a place called the Cursed Farmhouse at Black Hollow Woods. Our mission here is to try and piece together what happened during a recent, let's call it ill-fated, return to this place.
Right. And beyond just the events, to explore how this sort of localized horror seems to be changing, evolving into something more pervasive.
Okay, so let's lay the groundwork first. People might remember the initial story. Filmmaker Ethan Clarke vanished inside the house months back, just gone.
And the rumors started almost immediately, as you'd expect, which leads us to the next chapter.
The return.
Yeah.
This group calling themselves the Grave Seekers.
That's them.
Yeah.
A pretty big YouTube ghost hunting team. Huge following, actually, over 2 million subscribers.
Wow.
And their whole brand, their reputation was built on skepticism, on debunking. They went into places like this, aiming to prove there was nothing supernatural going on.
So, not exactly your typical ghost hunters hoping for a scare. They wanted answers, specifically about Black Hollow Woods, months after Ethan disappeared.
Precisely. They weren't just casual visitors. They were there to investigate, to debunk the growing legend.
And the team itself, who went in?
There were 3 of them. Logan, who was presented as the skeptic, the main investigator.
Okay.
Brooke, introduced, interestingly, as their medium, which is a bit of a contradiction given their debunking focus, but there she was.
Right, adds a layer already.
And Ty, the camera operator. Critically, they were live streaming the whole thing, everything, in real time.
Which brings its own dynamic.
Yeah.
So they arrive. What's the scene like?
Pretty much as advertised by the rumors, looks totally abandoned, run down, crumbling. Standard haunted house vibes, I suppose.
But there was something off.
One detail, yeah. The cellar door is just standing wide open.
Just open, okay.
And it's often those little things, isn't it? The details that don't quite fit. The sources say that as the sun started to set, the whole feel of the place shifted.
Yeah.
That initial sense of just like emptiness.
Yeah.
It changed, became heavier, darker. The air itself felt charged, like something was waking up.
And because they were live streaming, the audience saw this shift too, or felt it.
Well, they certainly started reacting. This is where it gets genuinely unnerving. The comments started flooding the live chat.
What kind of comments?
Really specific, eerie stuff. Things like, something's behind you, or, look, eyes in the window.
Oh, wow. From the viewers.
Yeah, and then the one that really seemed to hit home for the team, the cellar door just moved.
Chilling, especially live. You can just imagine the panic.
It definitely escalated the tension. And right at that peak, the stream just glitches. Cuts to black for a second, and then when the audio comes back, the picture's still dark, but you can hear Brooke screaming, just raw, piercing screams.
Oh, God. That's horrifying just thinking about it. But the full picture, what actually happened, that came later.
Exactly. The raw footage, the files from the camera itself, were recovered later on. And they showed the full horror.
What did they reveal?
They showed Brooke standing near that open cellar door, completely frozen, just paralyzed. Ty, the camera guy, was trying to pull her back, shouting at her.
And she couldn't move.
Couldn't or wouldn't. And in that moment, she whispers something. The audio picks it up clearly.
What does she say?
He's here. He never left. He's underneath us.
Oh, underneath, in the cellar.
Precisely. And right after she says that, the camera, presumably Ty's, tilts down. And you see it.
What?
A hand gripping the stair railing leading up from the cellar. Pale, distinctly clawed.
Claws, okay.
And then a figure starts crawling up from the darkness below. Fast. Unnaturally fast.
Oh, man. Did they get a clear view? What did it look like?
The description from the recovered files, and corroborated by some later local accounts and historical fragments, is just visceral. Its face was apparently slick with blood, completely inhuman.
Inhuman how?
Fangs described as being like bone needles. And its eyes, just burning red, even through the camera lens, staring right back. It's consistently referred to as a vampire in these accounts, but maybe not like the ones we typically imagine.
Sounds terrifying. And what happened to the team then, to Ty?
It was incredibly fast and brutal. Ty, still holding the camera, was just grabbed, dragged violently down into the cellar.
No.
The footage captures his screams, which then turn to these awful gurgling sounds before cutting out.
Horrible. And Logan and Brooke?
This is maybe the most disturbing part. Their reactions. Logan, seeing this, understandably panics, turns, runs, gets out of the house. Pure terror.
Okay, fight or flight. Makes sense.
But Brooke, she didn't run. The footage shows her just walking down the cellar stairs.
Walking towards it.
Deliberately. Willingly, it seemed. Down into the darkness where Ty had just been dragged.
Willingly? After seeing that? Why? Do the sources give any hint?
No explicit reason in that moment. But knowing what comes later, the implication is strong that some kind of, influence, connection was already established. Her being the medium suddenly feels much darker.
Yeah, absolutely. So the aftermath, what happened to them?
Grim, as you'd expect. Logan's body was found later, maybe half a mile away from the farmhouse.
How was he?
Described as being incredibly pale, eyes wide open, locked in absolute terror, and completely drained of blood.
Drained, okay. Confirms the vampire description.
Certainly fits. And Brooke.
Never found. Vanished without a trace. Just like Ethan Clark before her.
Until about a week later. This is the twist.
What happened?
Her voice, clear as day. It was somehow picked up on a police scanner frequency.
No way. What'd she say?
Just a short, chilling message. It said, "He chose me. I'm his now. You'll hear me again soon."
Wow. He chose me. I'm his now.
What does that even mean? What did she become? That's the terrifying question, isn't it?
Yeah.
It suggests something far beyond just being a victim. And this leads directly into how the sources say the situation has evolved.
Evolved how?
Locals started reporting changes in it's called the entity's behavior. It wasn't just passively waiting or hunting anymore. It started actively calling people.
Calling them, like, psychically.
Sort of. The methods described are unsettlingly modern, in a way. Through dreams, yes, but also through devices, phones, radios, things like that.
Through devices. That's new. That's not your classic vampire lore.
No, it's not. It represents a shift from a purely physical threat in a specific location to something that can reach out insidiously across distances, almost like a signal.
And there are specific examples of this calling.
There are really disturbing anecdotes, like a young child in a nearby house suddenly started sleepwalking, kept being found heading towards the woods, toward the farmhouse.
Oh, that's creepy.
Yeah. Then there was a woman who crashed her car on a nearby road. She swore she saw a face in her rearview mirror just before it happened, described it as a bloody face with no eyes.
Good Lord. These aren't direct attacks, then. More like lures, psychological assaults.
Exactly. Playing on the mind, creating fear, drawing people in. And the most recent incident reported is maybe the most unsettling.
What was that?
A new family moved into a house, not right next door, but closer to the Black Hollow area than most. The very first night they were there, the power went out in their house.
Okay. Could be anything, I guess.
Maybe. But then they found their youngest child just standing at the back door staring out towards the woods. And the kid was whispering over and over, "He's in the basement."
Oh, wow. First night. Suggests an immediate influence, even if they knew nothing about the place.
It does. It suggests this call is becoming more potent, or perhaps less targeted, broader.
So what does this all point to, this evolution?
It suggests we're not just dealing with a single creature anymore, not just a vampire hiding in a basement.
It's become something else.
Yes. The sources start framing it as a curse, a kind of hunger that's spreading. It feeds not just on blood anymore, but on fear, on attention, on
obsession.
A curse fueled by obsession. That feels very modern somehow.
It does, doesn't it? It taps into anxieties about, like, viral spread, information contagion, the idea that the more people know about it, the more they talk about it.
The stronger it gets, the further it spreads.
That seems to be the implication. The very act of engaging with the story, of sharing it, might be feeding it, extending its reach. A truly modern kind of horror.
So just to recap this incredible shift, we started with a terrifying but somewhat contained encounter. A monster in a house.
Right. The Graveseeker's footage captured that horrifying reality.
But it didn't end there. It morphed. It became this spreading influence, a curse, almost like a virus that seems to thrive on the very attention we give it. Less about a physical bite, more about a psychological hook.
It's moved beyond the physical location, seeking connection, intrusion into minds, using our own networks, our own fears against us. Which leaves us, and you listening, with a really uncomfortable final thought.
Mm-hmm.
If the very act of discussing this thing, of sharing its story, is what allows it to spread, what does that mean for us now? For you?
Having just spent this time diving deep into its narrative, exploring its horrors.
Could seeking this knowledge, this understanding of the shadows, have a consequence we didn't anticipate? Is the most dangerous connection the one made simply through curiosity?
What if listening to this, engaging with this story right now, means you're already letting it in? What if it means you're already hearing him?